Can we even pretend that we were surprised by Caitlin Clark's shocking announcement that likely rocked the WNBA? Most of you watched her carry the league on her back this season, and now that she's officially had enough, yes, she's leaving for good. Tell me, honestly, can you blame her?
She struggled with physical defense she's faced at the professional level and voiced frustration with the league's officiating, recently telling reporters, quote, "I feel like I'm getting hammered and everybody is physical with me, and opponents get away with things that other people don't get away with." That's what Caitlin Clark said.
She brought a dead team to the playoffs after 10 years of insignificance, broke attendance records, increased ticket sales, and essentially made her jersey a bestseller. But what did she get in return? A cheap eye poke shoulder hit 6-point technical fouls, and she was labeled a rude player and accused of racism. This league didn't deserve her in the first place.
What I am upset about is like, hey man, your meal ticket is under constant attack. There's been dirty plays all season.
If that's the kind of appreciation you receive for making the league truly entertaining, I would also leave. But do you know what truly broke her? What caused her to reveal this shocking information now? And what did she say that made it obvious she was done with everything? Let me give you the whole story.
Those guys, they're the racists when really y'all are the racists. The people coming up with excuses to hate Caitlin Clark and the new fan base that she brought.
Caitlin Clark's displeasure had been growing for weeks, but the heartbreak reached its climax when the Indiana Fever were eliminated from the playoffs in a heartbreaking defeat to the Connecticut Sun. Well, you could see it coming a mile away.
She's just not built for the physicality of this league. Yeah, and she's not quick enough to get away from the physicality.
Clark was playing like her life depended on it, dropping 29 points with a score of 87-81. Points, 10 assists, and 7 rebounds essentially attempted to lead her team to victory on her own. But guess what? Her teammates chose to slumber instead. As Clark was out there looking like a one-woman army, her squad was stumbling around, missing baskets, and making beginner mistakes.
This kid's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league, and she's a rookie.
Tell me honestly, don't you agree with Gino when he said that Tammy Fagbenel's performance was practically a horror show? She fumbled so badly, making boneheaded mistakes like a shot clock violation at the worst possible moment when the Fever desperately needed to build momentum. In addition to standing around looking lost, she was going 0 for 3, handing the ball back to the Sun like it was a Samhain.
Yeah, but she needs to be on a better. She needs to be on a better team.
However, wait, because Victoria, Vivians, a seasoned player who is meant to perform well under pressure, was no better. Instead, she chose to disappear, scoring 6 points on 2 of 10 shots. Seriously, 2 out of 10, she wasn't just missing shots. She was clanking wide open looks that even I could have hit. Next, we have Kelsey Mitchell, a consistent scorer, who chose the worst possible time to go missing, scoring 9 points on 3 of 12 shots. For someone who should be among Indiana's top scorers, she looked completely lost, hesitating to pass up shots, and when she did shoot air balls, it was as if she had stage fright.
Caitlin Clark was assaulted yesterday in her very first playoff game in the WNBA.
It hurt to watch everything fall apart while Clark was playing her heart out. Every time she made a clutch 3 or executed a crazy play, her teammates would simply trip over their own feet, pass the ball back to Clark, and give her that helpless expression like, "Oops, my bad." Her body language was telling you that every missed shot and turnover was like a punch to the gut. It's not like she didn't show up. She played 40 minutes of non-stop, high-intensity, all-out basketball, and it wasn't enough.
It's important that we point this out. One of the things that I brought up this morning in talking about Caitlin Clark is that some of the players, you want to use the word jealousy, fine. You want to use the word envy, fine.
When the final buzzer sounded and Clark was standing there with her shoulders slumped and her eyes fixed on the scoreboard, it was clear that this wasn't just a defeat, but also a wake-up call that no matter how hard she worked or how many plays or shots she made, it wouldn't be enough without a team that could truly support her. It wasn't just the end of a playoff run. It was the end of her patience.
If Caitlin Clark is the quote-unquote savior, if she's the golden girl, milk it!
Reality is knocking on the door of the porta potty. The truth is finally coming to the light. The same light that is going to be dimming here in about 12 hours when Caitlin Clark is eliminated from the playoffs.
The WNBA practically exploded when Caitlin Clark revealed that she was not only leaving the league, but also traveling to Europe. Yes, the most captivating rookie the league has ever seen is packing her bags and declaring her departure, and it's hard to blame her given the constant nonsense, cheap shots, and pressure she's endured. Clark decided she needed to press the reset button. This announcement was made a few days after the Indiana Fever's heartbreaking playoff loss to the Connecticut Sun, and, to be honest, it was inevitable given that she had led her team to relevance and received little support.
There were regular season games this season where Caitlin Clark drew more than 1.8 million viewers. However, I hope Kat Engelbert is ready for disappointment because there's a hell of a lot more of it on the way.
She announced that she would be moving abroad for the upcoming season during a somber press conference on September 29, 2024. You could see she was mentally and emotionally exhausted because she didn't sugarcoat it. She criticized the league for its poor officiating, lack of protection from dirty plays, and the constant criticism she received both on and off the court. It was as though she was laying everything out there, saying, "Yeah, I'm leaving because you guys made this place unbearable."
Let's put this in its proper perspective. When I think about Caitlin Clark, the operative word that comes to my mind is gratitude.
Clark's arrival wasn't just a rookie season. It was a full-blown phenomenon from the moment she took the court back in May. Viewers and ticket sales skyrocketed, and Indiana Fever games suddenly became must-see events. However, everyone must now realize that this isn't just a loss for Indiana. It's a financial and PR disaster for the entire league.
The Indiana Fever, all right, with Caitlin Clark, led the league in attendance both home and on the road. Fever averaged 17,000.
In her debut season, Clark, ticket sales skyrocketed by an absurd 60%, and every arena she performed in was completely crowded. Let it sink in that she was more than simply a player. She was the major attraction and the driving force behind the league's unexpected popularity boom, drawing in over 500,000 viewers just to see her play. One rookie attracted 500,000 spectators.
The most dominant team in the league, they can't draw 500,000 viewers for a playoff game. Atlanta Dreamers and the New York Liberals. Again, the Liberals. They supposedly have stars. Remember when ESPN claimed that the Liberals had the new big three? Dreamers, Liberals. 410,000 viewers. The other game was the Phoenix Masculines and the Minnesota Lynx.
And it goes beyond seats and bums. As soon as Clark's jersey hit the shelves, sales of her merchandise, which had been stagnant for years, skyrocketed. By August 20124, her jersey had surpassed even the records of legendary players like Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi, and Gainbridge Fieldhouse, Indiana's home court, went from being a ghost town to the hottest ticket in town, with people paying $200 for courtside seats. Clark wasn't just making history, she was also making money for the WNBA.
If you're not delivering the product and you're not making the revenue and you're not, giving people the entertainment that they want, then you're not going to make any money and your league is going to suck.
And now that Clark is leaving for Europe, everything is gone. The WNBA and the Fever are on the verge of a financial collapse. Just take a look at the stats. When Clark joined in 2024, Indiana's average attendance jumped from a meager 3,000 per game in 2023 to a staggering 400% increase to 15,000 per game. Her presence alone generated over $5 million in ticket sales during the regular season. Without her, those numbers would have vanished. This isn't just a loss of a star, it's a golden goose.
She's the golden goose.
And Clark's influence extended beyond the merchandise booths. She was a broadcaster. When the Fever faced the New York Liberty on ESPN in June 2024, the telecast drew an astounding 1.5 million viewers. To put that in context, that's more than the typical NBA game on TNT.
I'm simply saying the issue is about marketing versus basketball. The merits of playing basketball compared to the merits of bringing marketing into the equation to influence potential decisions.
Clark completely changed the narrative, but after all of this, Do you know what she got started counting on your fingers? First up, we had Alyssa Thomas practically screaming to the heavens that Clark's popularity is all about racial biases. The WNBA had never seen numbers like this before, and her games were drawing more viewers than games between superstars like Breanna Stewart and Ah Wilson or Sabrina Ionescu versus Kelsey Plum games, which the league used to rely on to drive viewership.
Honestly, it's been a lot of nonsense. I think in my 11-year career, I've never experienced the racial comments from the Indiana Fever fan base. We had her face on a serious matter that happened in this world, and it's unacceptable, honestly. And there's no place for it.
She claims that the only reason people are crazy about Clark is because she's a white girl dominating a sport that is dominated by black players. Excuse me, but I suppose that scoring 35 points per game and breaking records is meaningless at this point.
It's an attack on Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark's the wrong face for this league because her fans are so racist. Where have I heard this argument before? Oh, Donald Trump may be fine, but the MAGA people, they're terrible. They're the deplorable.
It seems that having the wrong skin tone doesn't matter if you're talented, hardworking, and dominate the court. What a joke.
She's got 14,000 followers. And it's really easy to ignore, and most people don't know who she is in the sports world. The only reason why people even know who she is because of Caitlin Clark. And she still only got 14,000 followers on Twitter. She doesn't have much of a brand.
However, that was only the beginning. In Game 1 of the playoffs, D9, Carrington went to a whole new level of filthy. Instead of only fouling Clark, she actually jabbed her in the eye, temporarily blinding her.